Welcome back to the AR12 office, where today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Today, we're gonna be doing a little bit of work in here, and in here, and even up here. So yes, today we are combining my two favorite things, cars and technology. So for those of you who don't know, this is the brand new AR12 office. We moved in a couple of months ago, and over the past little while, we've been doing a bunch of little upgrades to the space. However, today is the biggest upgrade of them all. The computer is getting upgraded. We have waited long enough to go and do this. Today is the day we are finally upgrading the PC game here in the AR12 office with a little bit of help from our friends over at Intel Gaming and at Seagate. The guys over at Intel Gaming actually hooked me up with their brand new Core i9 10th generation of CPUs. It's super powerful and exactly what I need for what I do every single day. And the team over at Seagate actually hooked me up with two of their brand new drives, the Seagate Firecuda NVMe and the Seagate Barracuda SSD. These are going to allow me to do what I do every single day. So I guess without further ado, let's get building. These are all of my fantastic parts. If you'd like any more information about them, I will link to them in the description down below. RGB equals more horsepower. Yo, RGB is like putting a wing on your front wheel drive car. It doesn't do anything, boys. So let's jump into this. There's a bunch of really cool stuff we're gonna be doing today, so sit back and relax. I always find building a PC not only like really interesting, also kind of like therapeutic. So sit back and relax. This is a pretty cool one. Before we do get too far into this though, I do want to give two little disclaimers. One, if you do want to check out this build in its entirety, I actually built it over on my Twitch channel, so I will link to it down below and you guys can check it out for yourself. I spent almost 2 hours explaining the parts that I was using, showcasing them, explaining why I got like this part over that part, and then putting this entire build together. It was a lot of fun, so if you do want to check it out, the link for that will also be down below, along with all of the products that I'm using in this video. Also, second disclaimer, I know a bunch of you guys always ask me, you're always in our Discord server asking for tech help, whether you should be or shouldn't be building your own PC. Honestly, if you're in the position to be building your own PC, do it. Not only is it a lot of fun, you're also gonna gain so much knowledge about how your computer works. You'll have like a truly deep understanding of what does what in your computer. So say something in the future does go wrong with your build, you're going to be able to fix it, saving you money in the long run. It's a lot of fun and is a money saver, so it's a win-win in my book. It's also, like I was saying, very therapeutic. So anyways, I should probably be talking about my build in particular. So I don't know if you guys are like me who have built a PC in the past, but I'm the type of person who, if I find something that works and that I like, I tend to stick with it forever. So say our PC case, for example. This is a fractal design case. My first computer ever was using a fractal design case, and every computer after that has been using basically the same case. So it's fun to do things like that. It's the same thing with my hard drives. It's the same thing with the CPU. If I find something that works, it's very like skeptical of me to always follow along the same sort of stuff, but it's what I do, it's what's worked for me in the past, and it's what I like to do going into my future builds. So my hard drives, whether or not, honestly, Seagate, you may not want to hear this, but if I'm honest, whether or not you guys sent me out the drives, I would have purchased them anyways, just because I've been using Seagate drives ever since my first build, and it's what I'm going to be using for all of my future builds because they've never failed me, which is always a lot of fun. Anyways, let's jump into it. So I've already customized the case, tossed all of that stuff in. Motherboard is in now, and now we're doing the power supply down at the bottom. This was actually a little bit of a different case for me, actually. The fractal cases of the past have always been a big open area that you just could toss things in from the side. However, this one is the Fractal R6, which is actually almost more, I'll call it modular, I guess. And there's all these specific areas where things have to go, and you can customize it in so many different ways to fit your liking, and it's actually super, super cool. So up at the top here, we've got these fans that exhaust out of the top. So usually on the case, it's just a big metal like sheet that goes up there, but Fractal gives you the option of turning it into an exhaust vent at the top and tossing in fans up there. Super cool. Also, I did want to give a little disclaimer about this thing as well. This AR12's new channel. ASMR is a 2070 Super. Not the best card out there on the market, however, is really good and is capable of doing what I do right now. However, it's already been rumored that Nvidia is working on like a 3000 series, so eventually when that launches, I know a lot of people are going to call that out in specific, so I did want to mention when that card officially comes out, like hopefully next year, or early, or like later this year, I'll be picking one of those up, a 20, or I guess a 3080 Ti, or whatever it's going to be called then. We'll jump into that thing, which should be pretty fun, but honestly, that's about it for our PC build. Pretty simple, pretty fun, and pretty simple specs. If you want to check them out, like I said, link is down below. So after a couple hours of optimizing, wiring stuff up, installing Windows, we are officially running two extremely powerful Windows 10 PCs. Mega props to the guys over at Intel and Seagate for hooking us up with the parts that we needed to complete the build. Without those guys, this wouldn't have been possible, so mega props. However, I think it's time we go a little bit faster. Let's go do some Mustang upgrades. So here's the thing with the Shelby GT350, right? Down on the front bumper, all the way on the splitter, it already says Shelby in big letters, but it's all blacked out, and if you ask me personally, doesn't really fit the nature of these cars. I've got these cool white pinstripes that run the entire length of the car, so why don't we put the same white pinstripes down in the front splitter? Well, I found these stickers over on eBay for $5, and as everybody knows, putting stickers on your car makes it go faster, so you know it's a win-win, makes your car look cooler and go faster. Basically all you do, give it a wipe down with some alcohol, toss the stickers on, and then they will stick super clean and nice and forever. And if you ask me, they just look super good, makes the car transform. Okay, it might be putting stickers on a Mustang, but it still looks pretty cool, I gotta say. And just like that, we are back in the office and we've got time for one more thing. So obviously we've got my desk over here, we've got my racing setup over here, and we've got my soundproofing. And you might notice a couple of little issues that really bother me. So now here's the problem with putting soundproofing up on your wall like this. Obviously these soundproofing things are black and the wall is white, and at the end of the day you can sometimes end up with some holes in your wall and it doesn't look very good. However, some people online had an amazing idea of sticking these soundproofing things to black paper first. That way, if there are any gaps, you just see black paper and not the ugly white wall behind. Long story short, this plus this should make the setup look 1,000 times better and finally put my OCD to rest. So I guess let's get this to stick onto this, or try to. Welcome back to the AR12 Home Improvement channel, where I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, and I'm probably going to embarrass myself in the process of attempting a job like this, but I'm going to give it a go anyways and see what we can do. So here's the game plan. I've never actually tried this before, so I don't even know if I'm going to end up liking it. So I'm just trying to do a small portion, so 3 cubes wide by 4 cubes down to start, and we'll see how this turns out. So obviously I've got to start by cutting the cube, or the card itself 3 feet wide by 4 feet down, give myself a little excess so I can cut the bottom off, do a nice little line, make it look all the professional. Anyways, after that, you've got to apply your spray glue, which I read online you needed to use quite a bit of. I took that as basically using the entire bottle on this this little area, so I'm just gonna say they're never gonna fall off the wall, which hopefully is a good thing. Anyways, completely overdid the glue, tossed all 12 cubes onto the card, and it turned out awesome. Looks super good. Now we've got to stick the double-sided tape onto the back, and we are going to toss it onto the wall once and for all. I did decide to leave one little portion of it empty so I can almost slide the next portion of the card under that part. Anyways, up onto the step stool we go, up onto the wall, and I'm going to try to get this up without falling over. But I think you'll agree with me, I think it looks pretty good. So I think what I've got to do after this is I've got to do the rest of the wall, I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but I think this is a huge improvement. I'm just gonna say, how much better does that look? Obviously, you've got these old ones that I haven't done yet with these big white gaps and stuff, and the new one, even where I have gaps, like in here, you would never know because it's black behind. That's so sick. Did I do a good job?
I guess that's a no.
And just like that, we have officially finished up the little jobs and the big jobs for the AR12 Office for today. Obviously, I still have to go through and do the rest of the soundproofing, but I can do that another day. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys always say you want to see more vlogs, so I try to do as many as I can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon with some more AR12 Office updates. See you guys then. Bye!